sorry to ruin the view and step in front of the camera, but so
we thought it would be weird to talk to you without seeing us the entire time.
Right. Yeah, I guess we could have just stepped off camera, let them see, the beautiful part, and not. Well, you already complained that I got the back end of the camper in, but just wanted to point out, that's the back end of our camper, and that's the water. So this is the view that we've had for the last 4 days, something like that, right? Which has been really great. And we kind of used this time as more of just rest. So there wasn't anything specific we were trying to accomplish or anything like that. We just mostly, like I said, just kind of rested and immediately regretted it.
Who did that? I didn't.
Well, mostly because it was just so...
It was very pretty. Showing you...
Right.
Fulton, Mississippi is where we are.
Yes.
No, that was the last place.
That was the last one. We are at Witten Park, which is a rec.gov campsite, like I said, here in Fulton, Mississippi. And
beautiful, highly recommended. Does not have very many full hookups. We were told that there are 2. I have not seen them, but but this is amazing. And I would say we don't even have the best spot in the campground.
I'd say that we have one of the worst spots to back into.
Very much so.
That took some time.
That was a story.
Yeah, so whenever we pulled into this campsite, we actually had minutes and a tornado siren went off. And then we kind of hustled and bustled our little kids over to the local Walmart here, and that's where we kind of just hunkered down for a little while. Yep. But we were all safe and everything. But we wanted to start this episode at this campground because we're actually leaving in the morning. Yep. And heading to one of the things that Sarah said she was always wanting to check off bucket list, and that is national parks and national forests. So we're heading to Talladega National Forest next. Never been there, don't really know that much about it. This and then the next one are only little puddle jumps, right, to get to our next mission trip, which is in Madison, Georgia, and that is going to be Source of Light Ministries. And really looking forward to that. That's going to be really interesting. And it's actually a commercial printing company that is operated completely by volunteer. So it'll be really cool, and really happy for you guys to follow along and see what that ministry is all about. So we'll leave you with this.
I'll miss you when you're gone. Won't you tell me about the time back in Kathmandu when they stole your purse, had to sell your shoes? Then you met a monk who had nothing left to lose. He was born in Mississippi at the bottom of the blues. Or that time that you set out, slay the dragon in the woods. Turns out he's not so bad, just a little misunderstood. On the curve of the earth, in the haze of the good wine. Tell me, little bird, was I ever on your mind? 'Cause I miss you when you're gone, gone, gone. Out there singing that traveling song. Oh, spread your wings.
So you went and got gas. How'd that go?
Went really great because whenever we pulled in, I noticed that there was a Texaco right there that had fuel. But whenever I went back up there, because that's where I was planning on going, I turned left and looked down there and saw a bigger place. I was like, let's go down there and get fuel. Pulled down there, was really surprised because it was actually a truck stop that has a scale. So now we finally get our rig weighed, because I think we're going to go do that. We're going to get the rig weighed so that way we can finally decide what we need to do with the tire pressure. And we're going to have more on that coming because we have a new gadget that we want to show you.
Gone. Oh, spreading your wings just in time for spring. I know it won't last long. I miss you when you're gone. I miss you when you're gone. Oh, cutting her up with those lightning bugs. I know it won't last long. I miss you when you're gone.
This is our first attempt at weighing the camper to see how heavy we are. This will help us determine the proper tire pressure we're going to need in our tires. And we're going to pull in here, and this is a Shell station in Fulton, Mississippi that honestly kind of surprised me that had a scale. So maybe this one's less busy and won't take as long. Yep, I think we're on there right. Okay. All right, you got it? All right, I'll be in just a second to get it. Thank you. All right, they got it, and they have it on two different, they have a truck and they have a trailer, so they did get us on two different scales. So we pull forward and go inside. So they were able to, they had a phone number that you call, and that's how you talk to them, which from our understanding, usually there's this loud intercom that goes, and you can't understand a word they're saying. So that was really nice because I understood everything she said.
Daddy!
Hey.
T8!
Oh, yeah? Alright, so according to this, our front was 11,540 pounds. So that would be the truck plus the hitch weight. And then the back was 13,480 pounds.
Good morning now, little singing bird. It's been a while since your song's been heard.
Hey there, we are headed to Noccalula Falls. It is about 30 minutes away from here, and it's worked out perfectly that someone that Adam's been in contact with for a couple months is just 30 minutes away, and actually at this falls. So we are headed for a short drive on this windy, sunny day to meet up with some fellow Christian RVers.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now. Stay just a bit longer. We can talk about it later. Hold me a little closer. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now. You are my soul, my religion. You were my best decision. Whatever it takes, I'm ready to break my own rules. Next to you, nothing else matters. Now my whole world has been shattered. Baby, I can't sleep. Been chasing my heartbeat. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now. Stay just a bit longer. We can talk about it later. Hold me a little closer. Just a bit closer.
Trying to face the wind here and read a map at the same time. So what's the trail that we're going on?
We are trying to find the Gorge Trail
Gorge
here
Trail.
at Noccalula.
Noccalula?
Noccalula.
How'd you
We
pronounce
said
that,
it earlier.
Jeremy?
I don't.
Falls Park.
Falls Park. Okay. And what's cool about the gorge?
It goes back behind the massive 90-foot waterfall.
And
That's what I know.
Not scary at all with 3 little kids.
5 little kids.
True, 5 little kids with 3 adults. So this will be interesting, loud, wet, and we won't need a shower later.
So we walked. We got to where it looked like on the map our connector would be to Gorge Trail, and it's not there. So I came down to the map, even though I am holding one, to see if there was a UR here. It doesn't look like it. So it doesn't make sense on where the Black Creek Trail connects with the Gorge Trail, even though there's a connector right here on the map. So, what to do?
We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission.
little good.
The other two are almost asleep.
That could be
tells
why.
you- that
That
tells
tells you something.
Yeah, that tells you how good it was.
That hike was amazing.
Yes. Worth it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was some pretty spectacular views. All that water.
That was a
over.
rush of water.
It was crazy. Absolutely
Lots
crazy.
and lots of water. I would love to know how many gallons of water are going through that in a minute.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah, so the falls said it was 90 feet tall,
Yep.
right? But I'll be honest, standing there, it looked taller. Like, I mean, it just looked like this humongous
Yeah.
thing. You know, it was great. It was awesome. So, the trail I would describe as moderate.
Too hard.
I mean, our 2-year-old did it, but he's pretty sure on his feet. You know.
Yeah.
But it was pretty rocky, pretty jagged. You know.
I guess I go with the hard because the first, like,
Oh,
so
true.
it's not depicted well with signage or anything, but the first descent, that's a hard.
It is. You're right.
That's not a moderate, that's
Right.
a hard. And then the rest of it's moderate, I'd say, but there's a descent there.
You're right. So, yeah, adding how to get to the trail, we'll say hard.
That was part of the trail.
Yeah.
It was the
So-
connector, I guess, technically.
Right.
So yeah, I guess technically we went on the connector. The connector part I'm saying is a hard trail, or a hard part, where you probably could start elsewhere. There you go.
But there's lots of stuff to explore on the trail.
Oh, yeah.
Even before you get to the waterfall.
Oh yeah.
So there's lots of rocks and everything else to climb over and break your leg. You know.
Two guys we met walking. We didn't see very many people, but two guys said that that's been his stopping ground for 30 years. That he's been going there, and we were on. If you're looking at the falls, we were on the left side. He said we were on the right side. There's actually some carvings from ancient Indian tribes.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have to go back. And where was the falls? Gadsden.
Alabama.
Gadsden, Alabama. Yeah, and we'll put a link in or something like that.
Because it's actually a state park.
Oh yeah, it is.
And there was a
Right.
petting zoo on property. There was a lot more to explore there than what we did.
Yeah. We were there, you know, to meet the other family, and we kind of talked for a little bit and everything before we went to the falls. But it was like, well, obviously this is where we want to make sure we get. So with little people, it's like pick one. So we made sure we did the falls.
Amazing though.
Amazing, absolutely worth it. Hard walk, but worth it. Hello everyone. So as you can tell, we are not in the same place the rest of the video was taken. This is a little, I guess, current update, let's call it that. We are currently in North Carolina. So the video you just watched was actually about, I don't know, a month ago, give or take. It doesn't really matter, about a month ago or so. So we went ahead and decided we wanted to film a special ending for this video because a lot of the things that we've been trying to get going, accomplish, have conversations about, and everything is this idea of discipleship on the road. So that's really the reason why we're on the road, is to figure out how best to serve you all, how best to serve RV families. After many conversations that we've had with families, you know, since we've been traveling about 2.5 months now or so, we say, you know, it's really hard that whenever you move from place to place every single week or every other week or once a month or whatever, when you move around that much, it's hard to stay connected to a church. Now, it's super easy to attend a church.
Oh yeah.
You know, you wake up Sunday morning, you know, Google Maps, that one, why not, right? It looks.
And with Facebook these days, you might be able to see a previous sermon,
right.
and know if it's your kind of church.
Right. So you can see some backlog there. Yeah, absolutely. So it's really easy to pick a church to attend that Sunday. Mm-hmm. But let's be honest, that's not really plugging in. That's not letting a pastor or other people get to know you or anything like that. And that's kind of the downside about traveling full time. You know, we are enjoying it. We're enjoying the views. We're enjoying the many people that we're meeting. Absolutely. But do we miss our church?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we miss our church. Absolutely. So we can only imagine that families that's been doing it for a year plus feel the same way.
Oh yeah.
We can only imagine. So we're trying to fill that gap. We're trying to help out, and we haven't got anything like super concrete yet, because honestly, we're just starting to learn, right? We're just starting to learn your guys' names, where you go, how you, all that. We're just learning. But if there's one thing we do know about is discipleship, Bible studies, things like that. I was a pastor. She did children's ministry and everything. So we understand that side of it. So with that, that's why we want to go ahead and invite you all to check out our Facebook group, Christian RV Families. And what we're going to do is we're going to start being very intentional in that group, doing live broadcasts just to bring the group together and start to build community in that way. I hope to, and I haven't even talked to her before this video, I kind of constantly have plans going in my head and just kind of surprise her. She's like, okay, I guess we're doing that now.
Let's go.
But inviting other people into those live broadcasts. So maybe we will interview ministry leaders, camp directors, things like that. Places that we would love to show you guys where you can serve, where you can plug in. So, just kind of provide those resources. So in those live broadcasts, we'll do that. But we'll also talk about, so what are your needs? What are you struggling with right now? What are some praises that you have? Hey, maybe you were going down the road, you blew a tire, but you stayed on the road and no one got hurt. I mean, that's a praise, right?
The person right behind you was a diesel mechanic and they helped fix you up.
Yeah, exactly. And we've heard that story.
We have.
So we love hearing stories like that, but just stuff like that that's going to help us build community with Christian RVers. Our number one goal is to get everyone together at some event. Working with Campers on Mission, they have different missions all across the country that would host us as RVers. So this is why I wanted to film this here. So we are currently at Black Mountain Home for children, families, and what was it? Sorry.
Home for children and families, I thought.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll put the name in there or something like that. It's a longer name, but point being is Jimmy, the program director here, is all about getting RV volunteers here and hosting an event for us. So we would come here. It's an amazing RV park that they have here. They have amazing facilities that we could go, hang out, fellowship, and then also help the home a little bit by just doing simple service projects and things. And I think that'd be a really great way to gather everybody together. So before making this video, one thing that kept coming to mind, and went ahead and read it real quick, was in Luke 9, when Jesus says that all that want to follow me need to pick up their cross daily to follow me, right? And the word daily kept getting to me whenever I was reading that. And the reason being is Jesus is reminding us that it's something that we have to, our walk, our way of following him is something that we have to have constant attention to. It's not something that you can just do, once a month, once a year. Maybe you're traveling around and you plan on visiting your home church in the next 6 months, which is great. Please do that. But Jesus tells us that this is something that we need to pay attention to daily. So don't let that just go aside because you're traveling. There is a way for us to come together and do this while we take part in this lifestyle. And we would love to hear ideas that maybe you guys would have. It's like, it'd be really great if we had this solution, or if we had a way to do this thing. We're constantly trying to make connections, and maybe we can make something like that happen. So maybe put it in the comments or anything like that. Message us. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, but we're in all those places, so we'd love to hear from you. Love any ideas to help us build this community for discipleship, and just encourage you as you serve. Anything else? No. All right. Thank you all for watching our video, and we'll hope to see you down the road.